Hey Libras, welcome to your Lionsgate reading. We're going to jump right on in and see what theme or energy is surrounding this reading for you guys. And for my Libras, we have hidden motivations. Okay. So, for my Libras out there, with the hidden motivations card, so there are a couple of things that are popping up in my head. The first one is that you have this sort of vision of what it is that you want out of life. And for a lot of my Libras, it's big. I mean, like lifestyles of the rich and famous type things, just this life that is filled with beauty and decadence and social and all of that good stuff. And it's like, well, why do you want this so much, Libra? Is it just because it feels good, or is it a little bit of something else? So I think that's a good chunk of you all that are sort of in that space. Then I see other Libras out there who I think are in a little bit of limbo. There feels like there's a little bit of ambiguity on this, but there's a sense that there are people around you who are starting to move in a way that has you sort of questioning what exactly it is that they want from you, because they're not specifically saying it, but it's like they're dropping hints. They're you feel like somebody's dancing around something that you're just kind of like, all right, what is all this about? Like, let's come clean with it. What's going on? Like, what's really hood? And so I feel like those are the two primary energies that are coming through, but let's get into some cards and see what details and additional information we can get for you. So, for my Libras, during this Lionsgate period, what is it that you might think about leaving behind? We have the Knight or the King of Cups in reverse. So, upright, the King of Cups can be an emotional creature, right? They have an abundance of love that can be overflowing. And when it's reversed, it can either be the absence thereof, or it can be an oppressive kind of love. So let's see what's popping. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands to clarify. So what I'm getting from my Libras out there is that this person, it's not an absence of love. This almost feels like an overwhelming, very oppressive, very aggressive type of emotions, because we have that paired up with the Queen of Wands, who in her own right is a very fiery, very passionate energy. So I feel like for a lot of my Libras, there is someone around you that is like it almost feels like love bombing. Like they're so extra, they're so above and beyond. But it feels like the challenge that comes in here is, are these feelings genuine? Because it seems like a whole lot. And generally, Libras like to maintain a certain level of balance, and something about this interaction just feels off to you. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. This could be a friend, this could be a colleague, but somebody who is so over the top with their emotions and like so excitable and so all over the place. It's like, bro, what are you doing? What is really going on here is what it feels like. So that seems to be something that you might want to put in the rear view mirror. Now, what it is that you want to think about taking with you, we have the Knight of Wands. So again, fire energy that's coming through. The Knight of Wands is a messenger card as well. Still passion, but I think that what you're going to want to sort of take with you is this, and I just heard fight or flight. So it feels as though, Libra, that there's a little bit of like sentry mode that's happening, that there's some monitoring, some scanning, some protection that's happening. And we have that clarified by the Sun. Now, I do feel like this person and this energy that they're bringing, I don't want to say it's necessarily stressful, But I do think that whatever it is that they've been doing has sort of been ratcheting up a little bit, that it's starting to pick up the frequency, it's starting to pick up in intensity, and it does have the ability to kind of cast a little bit of a shadow over you, where it's like you don't want the stress of trying to figure out what their ulterior motive is, what their end game is. And so I think one thing that you're going to want to sort of keep with you is your sense of self, because I think that Libras have generally been in a good place, especially relative to where I think a lot of Libras have sort of come from. You're in a good space in your life, but you want to make sure that you keep that level of protection up, and that, not physically Libras, but you're ready to square up if need be, right? So what are you going to find as you keep moving through this Lionsgate, this process? We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. I think that Libras, at some point, this is going to come to a head with this person. That, with the Knight of Swords, again, it's a messenger card. It's, the fastest moving knight in the deck, but the energy can be all over the place. It's very scattered. There's nothing organized about it. It's not terribly thoughtful at times. And so I do think that with this in reverse, that there's going to be a moment that it gets shut down. That is like, ooh, hard stop. Like you took a step too far. You took a step too far. And we have that clarified by the Six of Cups in reverse. So I don't think that this is a new person that's come in and they're starting to wreak havoc. It feels like this is someone that you've known for a while, at least a few years, if not more. And so this person's energy, I think, is also going to be based on their experiences from the past, something that has happened to them that is causing them to act in this sort of unstable, just frantic, frenzied sort of way. So it doesn't have, what I'm feeling, Libra, it doesn't have anything to do with you per se, or anything that you've specifically done to this person. But whatever it is about you and who you are and how you operate seems to have triggered this one. And they're like, oh, no, we got to do this. I got to do this. I got to make sure that Libra's doing this and da-da-da-da-da. It feels chaotic, but it's not anything that you did. Like this, it feels like it's on this person. So the energy that's going to be activated during this time period, we have the Five of Cups. Now, this is interesting because another air sign got this card. Very, very different feeling, very, very different context. But I think that, Libra, this is going to be you. And this is the person who's sort of wreaking all of this havoc. They got their ears plugged up and they're trying not to listen. And you're having this come to Jesus moment. You're trying to put a hard stop to this. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you need to focus on what you're doing here. You need to focus on this mess that you're making and leave my cups out of it. Like the Two of Cups is sort of a happy relationship that, you have, you're kind of seeing eye to eye with other people. Well, you got your Two of Cups and this one's just wreaking havoc on these cups right here. And it's almost like you're telling them, mind your cups, leave mine alone. So it feels like that's the type of energy that's coming into you when I say that things are coming to a head. And we also have the Hierophant. So if this is a colleague that you're working with, and I get the distinct feeling that this is someone who is sort of less than a friend, but more along the lines of someone that you work with, or a partner or a classmate or something like that, there may have to be some level of intervention from your manager or someone higher up. That, it feels like it's going to get to a place where it's like, okay, you know what? Libra's like, I've done what I can. I've tried to calm this situation down. I've tried to get this person to back off. They're not doing it. So we need to take this up a notch. We need to go to a slightly higher power right now. So just keep that in mind, that even though you're trying to be, I think, pretty balanced in this approach, that you are trying to, be fair, and you're not trying to be mean necessarily. This person just seems like they're on their own little bender, and they're just not listening to reason. Now, how this is going to play out in terms of, how you'll know that things are working out, that things are on the right track, we have the Two of Cups. So literally just talked about the energy that you're bringing in. We talked about these Two of Cups that you have right here. This is you sort of maintaining relationships with those people around you. Again, this is not necessarily a card that's indicative of a romantic relationship, but your ability to work with other people. These two are looking, eye to eye. They're offering each other things. And so I think that you are going to see an acceptance and understanding of the situation that you're in from other people. They're going to offer you support. I think that you are going to, happily accept the support that they give you when it comes to this situation with another person. And we also have the High Priestess. This is the card of knowing. This is a card of intuition. And so you're going to know when, you're going to feel that shift when things start resolving themselves. When you have the support of other people around you, the support of, this more established, this higher up person that's going to help intervene on your behalf when you sort of hit a wall with this person, you're going to know the right steps to take. You're going to be like, all right, cool, things are calming down. It's going to be a sort of different energy that surrounds you. Now, how is this going to change you? We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So Libras, again, I think that for a period of time, this is going to be stressful. This is not going, while it's not like life shattering, it doesn't feel like, and it's not going to put you in the depths of despair. It's going to irritate you to the point where you're kind of like, why are they messing with my happy place? And this is what you were saying over here with the 5 of Cups. Like, mind your cups and leave my 2 of Cups alone. Leave my happy space, my good vibes with other people. Leave it be. So I think that that's going to be the biggest impact, is that this is going to be an irritant. It's nothing fatal, but it's going to knock you out of your little happy bubble for just a smidgen. And we have the Emperor in reverse. So I think that, Libra, there's also an awareness that there are some things that you will need help with, right? The Emperor is someone who is just absolutely, capable, right? They're strong, they're experienced, they can be a little bit arrogant at times too, thinking that they can be everything and do everything. And I think that this is a reminder that in some instances, it's okay to reach out for help. If something is getting too frustrating, or if you're not seeing movement despite your best efforts and doing everything that you know to do, it's okay to tap somebody else in who may be a little bit more experienced or may have a little bit more juice at that time. So don't be afraid to reach out for help from someone if you need it in this situation. Now, how is this going to benefit you ultimately? We have the Wheel of Fortune, and we also have the Knight of Pentacles. So things are going to change, right? I feel like this is a cycle, not just for you, but for this other person that's involved. They've got their own lessons that they need to learn from this. But I think that, once you get over this hump, right? This little irritant, you're going to come around the other side, and it's like, okay, we're back, we're chugging along, we're stable, we're moving forward slowly but surely. And so there may come a time when you are able to work with this person in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't feel like they're going to be in your space that long, meaning it's not going to be 2 or 3 years that goes past and you're still looking at them every day like, wow, I can't believe you're still here. You are still here. I think that in the process of them calming down, they are going to leave you be so that you can continue building, so that you can continue moving forward. So, on your end, I don't necessarily see any dramatic changes that are coming out of the way that you operate or your path going forward. But understand that this is just a moment that has been brought on by this other person and some shit that they're clearly dealing with that has absolutely nothing to do with you. So even though it's annoying right now in the moment, Libra, it'll be over soon enough. So don't you even worry. Now, final message from Sirius, we have do something different. And so I think that, again, this is not to get you to alter your life path or anything like that. It's not that serious. But I think that when it comes to this person who seems a little bit on the more unstable side of life, that this is an opportunity for you to try a different approach and even bring somebody in that can assist you, which may not be something that you were particularly keen on doing previously. So I know it's a little bit of a bother, Libra, but hang in there. This situation will pass in due time. It's not something that you're going to be dealing with for an extended period. You just got to ride this one out a little bit. So that's what I have for you. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.